So just got off of a 19-hour bus ride or train ride. It is now 10:40 in the morning, and I have no idea what town we're in, really. You know?
I've seen the map.
Yeah, we don't know what town we're in.
I couldn't pronounce it if I tried.
We know there's 2 train stations. We're not sure which one we're at. We got to find someplace to stay though, because we're really tired. And this train was really crowded. Like people bought a ticket for a 19-hour ride where they stood in the aisles and
slept standing.
They slept standing up. And then they'd end up sitting in people's laps and stuff, and like just leaning on you, and it was quite an experience.
Alright, so we're sitting in Burger King eating some Whoppers and fries after having 3 servings of large ramen bowls on the train. Let's tell you more about the train. They sell tickets that are just standing, so people are standing in the hallway and you're crammed into a little section with 6 other people, including yourselves, and your legs are facing each other. And the people behind you are doing the same thing. So you can't recline at all. You just gotta find a good place to be. There's no reclining on here. And you're on there for 18 hours.
The only climbing going on is the Eric climb.
The Eric climb.
Yeah.
And if all the legs that were in that equation earlier weren't enough, the people who are standing in the hallway constantly have to duck into where your legs are because they're taking drink and food carts down the aisle every like 30 minutes. And people are sleeping, like laying on the floor sleeping, standing up sleeping. And at 12:30, they decided to do an infomercial for little light up toys for kids. For some weird reason, the people who work on the train are able to peddle like little items. Like there were 3 individual people that worked for the train that were peddling items like that. It was really kind of odd. Oh God. And then there was the toilet. On this train, all they have is a squatter. And I walked up to the bathroom and there was a guy that was already waiting. And we stood there for about 10 minutes. I knocked on the door, he had knocked on the door, then all of a sudden the attendant comes up and unlocks the door. There was nobody in there, and we're not really sure why we weren't allowed in or whatever. Regardless, the guy goes in there, and I figure, you know, he knows I'm in line, he'll finish up his business as quick as he possibly can. He's in there for like 10 to 15 minutes, to the point where somebody who's not in the line starts knocking on the door for him to come out. Finally, he opens the door. I look in and get a glimpse of the turd that he's left, and I turn to him and I go, "Are you kidding me? You need to go in there and flush that." He yells something at me in Chinese, and I say, "Fuck this," and I walk on behind him, just trucking along. I'm not cleaning up your filth. So I went to another bathroom, which didn't turn out to really be any better, aside from the mountain of crap that wasn't there. Yeah. Any other tidbits?
That was graphic enough.
We nicknamed everybody on the ride. There was Poof and Gold and Silver and Brown and Street Fighter and Gene Krantz.
And Purple and the Whip.
And Purple and the Whip. And we had a very good time making fun of, well, maybe not making fun of, but just observing everyone that we saw. I slept about 20 minutes during this 19-hour bus ride. I'm about to die.
So it gets cold here, but there's still a lot of bikes, like motorbikes and little electric scooter things and that whatnot. So they've come up with this solution of strapping gloves permanently onto the handlebars. These people over here have done it as well, but they've just used packing tape. A little more ghetto.
Hi, we're in Hangzhou. I feel real foolish every time I try to pronounce anything. Anyways, we are standing at the West Lake, which is like this mythical thing that they say has inspired tons of poets and tons of other artworks and stuff like that. And we can completely see why. What are you doing? Are you getting some chin?
Just
pointing at the water buffalo.
He's fake. So we met this girl traveling. She was from Sweden or Switzerland or some stupid.
She looks like me. She looks almost exactly like me.
Only she's
just
fat.
She's a little bit chubbier. It was really weird. Onward.
Anyway, so Fat Katie told us that she had been to China and that she really didn't enjoy it very much because the locals were kind of disgusting, she said. And she seemed like she might be a little prissy, so you know, you kind of take things with a grain of salt. But here we are, and we're in a very nice park, like next to a big, beautiful lake, and things are really nice here. It's not by any means gruddy or like, it's not Cambodia. And I'm not going to point at it, obviously, but sitting over here, like in an area that looks just like this, is a little girl, probably 3 or 4 years old, and she is taking a poo. And it's down that direction a ways, but all right. Seems about right, I guess.
So you can see that pagoda up on this hilltop. Definitely feeling like we're in China now. There's also kites. Lots of things flying in the air and lots of people. I don't know why all those people are over there.
There's a TV session, something going on.
There's something special going on here and we don't have any idea.
It's my presence.
Yes.
So this is a really cool system they have in the city. All these bikes here. What you do is you buy this little card and you put a bunch of credit on the little card. And then when you want a bike, you come over and it's like locked into this little machine. You swipe your card over that and push the button and it releases the bike and it starts timing you. It charges you about 14 cents an hour, 14 US cents an hour. And then you just find another one of these stations and put it back in, and the stations are everywhere. So it's a really cheap way to get good transportation for the city. The only problem is that some of the drivers here are kind of nuts, so it could be a little dangerous, but we'll find out. So we're to build your own soup place, and look at this big rack of stuff here, and you can pick out what you want, like what items you want, and they charge you by the item. You put it all in a basket, and you hand it to these guys, and they put it in this hot water, which has got a broth that actually tastes really amazing. And then they cook it for a few minutes and then call your number, and the basket's got a number, and then you pick up your stuff, and it looks just like this when it's done. And as you can see, they're not washing bowls, so they just use a bowl condom to keep your soup from being contaminated with other people's disgustingness. And this is what Katie's looks like. She got shrimp in hers.
Shrimp. Which I don't really know how I'm gonna eat because they're blazing hot and they're still in their shells, so those might just get put to the side. I tried quail eggs for the first time. They're good. They're really good. I got these. I've never had this before. It's like a fish ball in a wrap. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm not very hopeful on it. And then these are like little bread, like dumpling things. They're like croutons, just fluffier. And
they're made of egg, aren't they?
I think they are too.
Egg.
Got ramen noodles. A ton of cauliflower, which
Cauliflower
is
really good.
It's so good. And I think that's it that I got in mine. What did you get in yours?
Same stuff, but I got crab meat and I got a lot of green stuff.
Yeah,
Katie hates green stuff, and I got some mushrooms.
Mushrooms. And yeah. Ugh.
Cabbage.
That looks nasty.
Oh, the meal, including the drinks that we got, it's a Fanta type drink and a Coca-Cola, is $3.50 total for both of us. For a communist country, that sure is a Ferrari dealer right there, and that seems like a little bit against the ideals. Times are changing.